Hey, Shalom Makim.
Shalom.
I'm going to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem,
Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Wacha Kodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. Amen. The Lord put on the spirit upon us to just go into entitle this lesson, going into how the Assyrians are coming. All right, and obviously we know that the Assyrians are not ruling today. All right, but we're going to go into it as far as the spirit of the Assyrians. All right, how cruel they were. You know. All right, so without further ado, grab the first precept. Was Isaiah? You could grab the Isaiah 10.
Cut. This Isaiah chapter 10, verse 5. O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger, and the staff in their hand is mine indignation.
Right. So Assyria represents the rod of the Lord's anger. All right. And we got Psalms.
Yeah, I'm about to grab it. This is Psalm 17 and 13. Psalm 17, verse 13. It reads, Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
Right. So the wicked, all right, which is the sword, we always bring that out as far as Esau, Edom. All right. But the Lord also said that the Lord's sword is really just any nation that the Lord set up at that time, man. All right. The Lord set up that nation over Israel. All right. And just as they dealt with the whole world, they dealt more so with us, man. You know, as you see, like police brutality, they call it, you know what I'm saying? When Jake is getting, choked out by the police, it's going to get even worse.
Back in Isaiah, this Isaiah chapter 10, verse 6. I will send him, matter of fact, let me read verse 5 again. O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger, and the staff in their hand is mine indignation. I will send him against an hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil and to take the prey.
Right, and the only reason we went into captivity, as always, is because we went against the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, as our people is doing today. So the Most High sent, all right, his whooping stick to chastise us.
To take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire of the streets.
Right, so there never came a quantum wipe. You could grab Ezekiel 21.
Gone.
You know, they never came peacefully, man. When they came, all right, you was in trouble. All right. It says what? You can read that one more time.
Gone. This is Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 6. I will send him against an hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath I will give him a charge to take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire of the streets.
Right, so they're going to actually come in the spirit of the Lord. All right, the Lord said he's going to give them a charge. All right, the scriptures say the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, so the Most High is going to give Esau a charge. All right, to he's going to put a barrier in his back, so to speak, man, as Jake like to say, to really deal cruel with you people, man. The scriptures say he regarded neither old nor young. Hey, you got a quantum waff?
John, this is Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 8. Again, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, say, a sword is sharpened and also furbished.
Right, so the sword is sharpened and it's also furbished, meaning it's also going to be used. All right, now is the time. See, this we living in beautiful times, man. Now is the time to where Rex 84 is going to be implemented. All right, now is the time to where Esau was, doing the military drills over there in North Carolina, and just particular legislation that they had in the works, since the early, 80s and stuff like that. Now is the time to where these things are going to be implemented. Things that never go back to normal.
Con, I have a precept for you, bro.
You got it.
To prove what is a sword. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 17, verse 13. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
Right. Who's that? That's King David speaking.
Yes, this is a
Yeah.
prayer of David.
Yeah. So here it is. King David, a man of war, is asking the Lord to deliver him from his sword, man. You know, going to show you how gruesome. All right, this man, King David, he cut off men's foreskins, man, and he's asking the Lord to deliver him from his sword, man. Going to show you how gruesome this man is coming, man.
All
You
right.
know,
And it states to deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. And who is the wicked? This is the book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished. And Edom are the biblical red Hebrew Edomites, which
Right.
today they are known as the so-called Caucasian race, the so-called white man, woman, and child. We are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And right now we are in the kingdom of the wicked, which is Esau, Edom, as the scripture is going to say. And they shall call them, and who's the they that shall call them? Esau, Edom. The they is referring to the elect of the nation of Israel, more so the prophets of the nation of Israel. The prophets shall call them, Esau, Edom, the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh had indignation forever. And the word indignation means righteous anger. And so now we know who is the wicked. And the wicked is Esau, Edom, which is the sword of the Heavenly Father Yahweh through Son Yahweh Shah, pursuant to the book of Psalms, chapter 17, verse 13, in which the Mosai, Yahweh, through Son Yahweh Shai, is saying to his prophets to tell the nation of Israel is being sharpened, and is also furbished. As we are reading here in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 21, verse 9. So I'll read on for you, bro. I just wanted to add on to what you were saying. Now it says, Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 10, it is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every
right? So
tree.
right. So as everybody's, on sightseeing, you know what I'm saying, thinking everything is cool because they're able to sit home and still make money. All right, Esau is making legislation to take away your First Amendment rights, man. You know what I'm saying? To take away your freedom of speech. All right, to take away, your freedom in general. All right, here it is. He wants to give you a new, alternate form of so-called freedom, which is really no freedom. All right, he's making you choose between safety and freedom. You know,
That's right. It says, and he had given it to be furbished. And let me get the word furbished for you, bro. In the blue letter, Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 11. So, lock here, bear with me 1 second.
Yeah.
I have to get the word for you, bro. And this is the word for furbish. Strong's H, which is H means Hebrew, 4803, marath, marath, which means to bear, polish, make smooth, or bald or bare, to make bare, to score, polish, to sharpen, brighten, furbish, peeled.
Dan,
You
what is
got
that?
that,
What did
bro?
that say again? The last one you just read?
It
To
says to
peel?
sharpen,
Damn.
brighten, furbish, to peel, to make bare. So that's what the word furbish means. It means to sharpen. So I'll read on for you, bro. It says, verse 11, Ezekiel 21, verse 11, and he had given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer.
Right. So now we at the time to where, as this devil Bill Gates of hell, as we call him, this man is not only talking, he's not only talking about trying to get over this so-called pandemic, he's talking about a second pandemic, man. You know, so the sword is being furbished, man. When this devil speaks of it too, you notice always how he can't help but you know, have a nice cheesy smile on his face, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is the time to where Esau can truly show his horns and really, you know what I'm saying, and really not get in trouble for it. You know, you got something out?
Yeah, this is Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5. Right, showing you the hatred that these devils have. They're gonna come down with great wrath. But this is Ezekiel 35 and 5, because that has to have a perpetual hatred, and perpetual that means continual hatred. All right, he had a continual hatred for the Israelites, okay? And that shed the blood of the children of Yasharallah by the force of the sword. By the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. So this devil don't care if you're suffering. He's gonna still come down with that rap. He has that perpetual hatred. He don't care if, like the brothers mentioned before, he don't care if you're old, young. He's still gonna show you that perpetual great rap. He don't care. Okay. So that's the nature of this devil. That's the way the Lord, the scriptures say too, can a crooked thing be made straight? These devils don't care. All right. So they're gonna be the wicked until the Lord destroys them. That was it on that.
I have one more verse in Ezekiel 31 for you, Khan.
Yeah, you could. What verse you on?
I was on verse 11.
Oh, that's the spirit. Okay, I was gonna tell you to read down to 12. Okay.
Okay. It says, Ezekiel 21, verse 11. It says, and he had given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. Cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people. It shall be upon all the princes of Israel.
Right, and that's the.
Terror.
Oh, Salaki, you could finish off. Salaki.
Now you could go ahead and make your point, bro. Spirit's on.
I was gonna say how, like, you know how, like say you know you did something wrong and shit, and your parent, they give you that look, and like you kind of, you know, get nervous in yourself because you know they about to fuck you up, man. That's what the Lord is saying, about to fuck you up.
That's right.
He said, cry and howl. You know,
That's
a lot
right.
of people do the very exact opposite. They want to party more, you know, get more foolish, man. They got stupid what's that Corona challenge and all that crazy stuff, all that nonsense.
That's right. It says, and he had given it, oh, Salakia. It says, cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people, it shall be upon all the princes of Israel. Terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people.
Right, and you could grab Daniel's 12. He said terrors by reason of the sword, and Esau's modern day sword is his technology, man.
That's right.
You know, that's what makes this what's coming upon the earth that much more of a horrible time.
You want me to start from the top, right?
Yeah.
God, this is Daniel chapter 12, starting at verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, withstanding for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered. Everyone.
Right. So that time of trouble, man, such as never was before. Now, I got this article here, right? Was going into it's entitled Torture Practices of the Ancient World. All right. Now I'm gonna read down. It says grisly ends. The judges.
That's the name of the
That's the name of the
section of that.
Section
What,
of the
what's
article.
the heading of it?
The heading is torture practices of the ancient world. Yeah. It says, the judges of ancient Babylon were particularly enthusiastic, cutting off of feet, lips, and noses,
Wow.
blind, gutting, and the tearing out of the heart were all standard punishments in this corner of the ancient world. But the Assyrians seem to have been the master of brutality. They were also extremely verbose. All right. What's the word verbose? Meaning they were extremely vocal about, the shit that they did to people. So it says they were also extremely verbose about the grisly ends they wreaked upon their enemies. I will hack up the flesh and then carry it out with me to show off in other countries.
Wow.
Some Hannibal Lecter type shit. It says, I will hack up the flesh and then carry it with me to show off in other countries. Which goes to show you too that the Lord actually gave them the charge at this time, at that point as well, because what natural man could do something like this, walk away like everything's cool, man. You gotta have a spirit on you.
And also, too, to make mention, down south, they used to cut off the Israelite testicles and they'll keep it as what you call a souvenir. And they'll show off the souvenir, showing you these devils have that spirit of hatred in them.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I think that, what was it, the elder Ayathan, he didn't do a video on it, but he put it on the YouTube a while back where they have human skin.
Oh, I was about to say that.
Yep. Chairs and things of that nature.
It's crazy.
They used to make chairs of it too.
Cheers?
Chairs, yeah, they make chairs of it.
It says, were you gonna say something about?
No, I was just gonna add on to your point to say that the Assyrians are very rootless, and I wanted to bring out the definition of the word rootless. The word rootless means having or showing no pity or compassion for others, cruel, merciless, heartless, hard, cold-hearted, cold-blooded, unmerciful, severe, harsh, inhumane, barbarous, and these were the qualities of the ancient Assyrians, which prophetically today, spiritually as well, are also the qualities of Esau Edom, the biblical Hebrew Edomites, the wicked that the Bible speaks of, which are the modern day Assyrians. Because when they took us into slavery, both the northern and the southern kingdom, when they came over here and they slaughtered Gad and Reuben and Issachar and the other tribes in the South Americas, and they took them from the South Americas and also from the Americas into Spain, Portugal, and then you had the Southern Kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, in which they had taken from the western coast of Africa and brought over here into America. They treated us very cruelly. They treated us very severely, very unmerciful, very barbarous, very furious, vicious, dog eat dog, cutthroat, because they showed us just how much they truly hated us, even as they had hated us from the very beginning, going all the way back to the garden. So these devils, they have a long track record of bloodshed, man, of brutality, unpitying.
God, I got a scripture right quick. This Obadiah verse 10. Obadiah verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
That's right. So because of your violence, Esau, Edom, against thy brother Jacob, which Jacob is Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelite foreigners of the sea land of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You showed us no mercy in the time of our captivity, in the time of when our iniquity had been accomplished pursuant to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35. Why? Because you love to shed blood. And because you love to shed blood so much, therefore, in the end, blood is going to pursue you, which means that in the end, you're going to be recompensed for all the things that you have done unto the apple of the Lord's eye, which is the nation of Israel, beginning with the elect of the nation of Israel. Because you showed us just how much you hated us, just how much you hated the Lord. just how much you wanted to exterminate us as a nation, but all at the same time trying to be like us. So you got it coming, man. You devils got it coming. You will be recompensed and you will pay in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. By the hands of the Lord Yahushua and the elect of the nation of Israel, and ultimately all Israel. So go ahead, bro.
More into the article, it says, but the Assyrians seem to have been the masters of brutality. They were also extremely verbose about the grisly ends they wreaked upon their enemies. I will hack up the flesh and then carry it with me to show off in other countries, exulted Ashur-bani-pal, an Assyrian king who reigned from 668 to 627 BC, and his hair like to cut off, and his hair, person that came after him, like to cut open the bellies of his opponents as though they were rams. The king was the deadliest, explains Andre Fuchs, a specialist in the study of the Assyrians. It was he alone who decided that what would happen to the victims. The ability to make those decisions was the very essence of personal royal power. So just proving the point how, heinous and ruthless, these Edomites were, man. I meant these Assyrians were.
Hey, Quanawaf, you made you mentioned that you had these devils come over here from like the conquistadors in Cristobal Colon or whatever in the island of Hispaniola, but it came over here during like the Spanish Inquisition, the Portuguese Inquisition.
Right.
There's a part in the Babylon of Timbuktu with Salakia, but Babylon of Timbuktu where you had the Portuguese, which are Edomites. I don't know what page it's on, but they were buried.
Page 184.
Matter of fact, I think I do got it on me. Let me try to find a page. But these devils would be so torturous that they would bury the burnt bodies, or they'll murder you or take your life, then bury you and unbury you and burn you again. That's
Wow.
brutal. All right, I don't know if you can know where that page is at. Man. If I can find it. I think I found it. I found it.
John.
I'll just bring it out. It's on page 128. Just starting here, just to get to the, showing you the patterns and the symbolic nature of the Assyrians fitting who Esau is, or who these devils are. You know what I mean? That's the modern day, Assyrians. So this on page 128. Third chapter, third paragraph, Salakia, third paragraph. Whenever the Jews were in Spain, actually fourth, Portugal, or colonial possessions, they disguised themselves as Christians in the outward appearance or outward form, but practiced Judaism in secret. Many of these new Christians, new Christian rites better than the old white Christians, so-called. But I'm gonna just get to the point. He's got bones in there, but in the year 1547, the Papal office authorized the establishment of the system of the Inquisition in Portugal. The word Inquisition means to inquire. So they came over here to the Americas to inquire what were they practicing, just like, so they were called secret Jews, like they would act like something they were not too, but in front of these devils, we would change our behavior. But in secret, we would practice our customs, okay? Showing you that's Jake, they got that, okay, let me play stupid. Like, I believe it was King David that changed his behavior with Abimelech, okay? In the year 1547, the Papal office, which, the popes, they had a Papal bull or decree to come hunt us down over here in the Americas or wherever we were at, Spain, Portugal, etc. The Papal office authorized the establishment of the system of the Inquisition. The word Inquisition means inquiry or investigation. The Inquisition consists of a tribunal or religious judges. Its purpose was to investigate and purge out heretical persons who question certain Christian principles. Although some white Portuguese Christian Edomites suffered at the hand of the Inquisition, this system was mainly This system was mainly directed against the new Christians, the secret black Jews, which we know black is just a color, but it was really directed to the Israelites. All right, they were practicing their Israelite customs, okay, at least to a certain extent, because we had to discontinue from our heritage. But the Inquisitions were persistent, gruesome, and ruthless. Like, read that again, Doc, the word ruthless. Baba Kushai, that definition.
The word rootless
Bullshit.
means having or showing no pity or compassion for others. Similes include merciless, pitiless, cruel, heartless, hard-hearted, hard, stony-hearted, cold-blooded, cold-hearted, remorseless, inflexible, inhumane.
25. This is I'm gonna read this again. The Inquisitions were persistent, continual, all right, that perpetual hatred, gruesome, and ruthless in the totality of their procedures, meaning Esau's procedures. They interfered in the private affairs of individuals. What does Esau do? He got the satellites, all right? He wants to see what we're doing. That those eyes, okay, that eagle eye, he wants to see what we're doing. All right, so that, Esau knows they want to control you by using this RFID microchip, okay, interface, blockchain, okay, etc. They intimidated and coerced individuals to inform their neighbors. Sounds like some sellout coon-ass niggas, okay? They employed a rival, because you do got that in Israel. They're going to sell us out. Our family members will sell us out to these devils. They employed a wide variety of continuous horrendous tortures, including public shows of burning human beings at the stake. Okay, what happened to the ancient apostles? Okay, I believe Peter was murdered by Nero. All right, they hung him
upside down.
Crucified upside down, cut. And in order to satisfy their desires for the punishment of the heretics, meaning the spectators, okay, they sought out not only the living, but also the dead. So if a man is already dead, how much more punishment can you put on that man? All right. Garcia de Orto, a Jew of Portugal, was discovered to have been a secret Jew. All right. His body is a so-called black man, okay? His body was dug up out of his grave and burned by the Inquisition. So the man is already dead, all right? You done murder him. You pull his body back out just to please the spectators and to burn him. The man is dead already. And as a matter of fact, you could grab that in the law, Deuteronomy 25. You can start from the top.
I got you.
Just to show you the brute, and we go back to,
Deuteronomy 25:1. If there be a controversy between men, and they come unto judgment, that the judges may judge them, then they shall justify the righteous and condemn the wicked.
Right, that was the law that us Israelites have, all right?
And it shall be, if the wicked man be worthy to be beaten,
right,
that the judge shall cause him to lie down and to be beaten before his face according to the fault by a certain number.
Right, if you did something wrong, there will be a certain limit to the punishment, and it's going to tell you here, all right?
40 stripes he may give thee, 40 stripes he may give him, and not exceed.
Right, so 40 stripes they would give him, save one, like the scripture say 40 stripes, like the apostle Paul, you ain't got to get that. But 40 stripes he may give him, and he shall not exceed. Now, what has Esau been doing throughout history? Even the Assyrians went over the punishment limit. The man is dead already. How much more? You can't kill somebody that's dead. The dead don't speak. Come on. So 40 stripes he may give him and not exceed. Esau, that's that perpetual hatred, that continual punishment till his day. The man is, we just read it in Babylon and Timbuktu. All right, the man is dead. This Israelite is dead. And the Portuguese do go back to Esau. Okay, they go back to the Edomites. They done took this man out of his grave after he's dead, then burned him again. Does that make sense? I'm like, that's showing you that's a hate that these devils have. All right, and that's what that mark of the beast is leading up to, because they want to control us. All right, they want to try to control the population, depopulation, all that ties into that. But let's get back to,
if I could add to the brother, it's actually a show called Altered Carbon, where Esau wants to do just that. He wants to, they call it stacks, but really it's your spirit.
Right.
All right. They want to basically put your spirit on a hard drive and bring you back fucking 200-300 years
Yeah, I remember
later
that movie. Yeah, I remember that
to
movie. Yeah.
to live in this fucked up society, man. You know, that's why Job even said, you know, when you go into the spiritual world, you rest.
Right.
You know, but with Esau, you'll never go into the spiritual world. You just come back and serve slavery.
Con. And that's the nature of this beast.
Con.
The nature of this devil, man. I got a precept. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." And right now we are in the time period and where the devil, which is Esau Edom, is about to come down even more, having great wrath upon who? Upon the sons and daughters of the nation of Israel. Why? Because he knoweth that he had but a short time. And the word wrath in Revelation chapter 12, verse 12, according to the blue letter, is from Strong's G 2372, thymos, which means passion, anger, heat, anger forthwith boiling up and soon subsiding again, glow, ardor, inflaming, drives the drinker mad to do things that are mad, anger, passion. So basically, this devil is going to come down having great passion, great anger, great fierceness, great indignation upon the children of Israel, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. A short time to what? To rule. A short time to establish his New World Order agenda, which is to cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that mark is the RFID market chip, which is a mark of the beast. And the beast is the pagan Roman Empire, which came back in the form of NATO and the EU, with America being an extension of that empire. That is the beast. And the image of the beast is a system of the beast, which is comprised of his laws, his philosophies, his infrastructure, his finance, his educational system, everything that is infrastructure, everything that comprises the system of the beast is the image of the beast. Okay? And these devils know that they had but a short time to perfect that system by way of their New World Order agenda. And that's why they're gonna come down with great fierceness upon you Israelites. They're gonna start killing you Israelites in inhumane manners, like the brother had just read from Babylon to Timbuktu. You know, shooting you in the head, gunning you down, raping your women, your daughters, and killing your husbands and your sons. And the list goes on, you know, just
Hey, yeah,
like the Assyrians had done unto us, unto the northern kingdom back in antiquity.
yeah. You mentioned the word inflamed.
Yeah.
When you definition for wrath, it means intensified. When something is intensified, it continues to grow and to grow and to grow. And it says it right here too. Make a situation worse. Devils, not only they're angry, their anger keeps on intensifying. It's like adding fuel to the fire. They're inflamed. It's more. It gets worse and worse and worse. This is how this devil thinks. All right, the crooked thing cannot be made straight. This is how the Lord created Esau to be. All right, so that's why we can liken him like to the Assyrians, because the Assyrians had torture methods. But what's the difference between them as torturing their methods with now what they're trying to do? Because if they're trying to bring in a new world order, that means they're gonna really take it by force. All right, they're gonna find ways to get Jake by force. All right, they'll try to force you to take that chip, and that's why a lot of us going to have to die for this testimony. You know,
Right.
that was.
And that's why the scripture says here in 2nd Ezra 16, and you got this one, Khan, 16 and 71 and 72, 71, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Right, going back into actually you got that the one I was showing you earlier, talking about those that didn't submit. You know what I'm talking about?
I got you. Nah, go ahead.
You know, basically just going into those that don't submit until Esau's away, man. And even, that's the crazy part, because even if you do submit, you know, like you have certain jakes that, you know, they have their hands up, turned around, Esau still loading 3 clips up in them. You know, so how much more of those that don't submit? You know, you gotta.
This is one of the Assyrian kings. I flayed as many nobles, which all these Assyrian kings were brutal. I flayed as many.
Start up a little bit.
The inscription. Right here.
Oh, it's above where you started.
Right. I got it. In one case, when a city resisted as long as possible, instead of immediately submitting, which the elect are not going to do, the hopeful elect, Serpal proudly records his punishment. All right?
Right, because what's going to happen now, as the brother Quanawaf just read, is that Edom is going to use the so-called resistance as a you know, as an example. This is what happens when you resist. You know, this is why this dealt with Trump. I actually saw an article where now it's saying those who are trying to spread the virus are considered terrorists. But wait, you just had this devil Bill Gates talking about there's going to be a second pandemic. So who's the real terrorist? You know, but Esau understands our laws, our ways of life, and he understands that we're not down with his wickedness. All right, so keep going on that.
Cut. Ashur-Nisirpal proudly records his punishment. And it says here, I flayed as many nobles as had rebelled against me and draped their skins over the pile of corpses. Damn. So I spread out within the pile. Some I erected on stakes upon the pile.
Right, and you notice he said he flayed as many nobles because even during the time of Cristobal Colon, what they would do is they would compel a noble, because when you like even Yahweh Shah said destroy the head. Salaki, how's it go?
Smite the shepherd and the sheep shall scatter.
Right, smite the shepherd and the sheep shall scatter the water out. And that's what Esau knows that, man. Esau does that time and time in history in which he will get the nobles. All right, he will basically demasculate them. All right, what's under them can follow.
Yep.
Now we see people are waking up to the truth, and guess what? Best believe they watching us, man. All right, so Esau, hey, for men of the Lord, hey, that goes hand in hand. With you can keep going with that Quanawaf.
Khan, can I make a quick point as well to add on to what you were saying? That's why the scripture says Judah mourneth and the gates thereof languish. And the word languish means to fail in strength. Why do they fail in strength? Because they're not judging Israel according to the principles of the scriptures. And you had just mentioned that Esau usually targets the heads. And then once he gets into the minds of the heads and sway them, through what? Through gifts, through intimidation, through persecution. That's when everything else is going to start falling apart. So I just wanted to add on to that point that you were making. That's a really good point. So let me read on for you. It says 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 71. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses.
Right, and the Apostle Tahar just did a beautiful lesson about how some of us may be homeless, man, and that goes right with the scriptures. You know, Esau is going to take away everything that he thinks that you love. You know, take away all your comfortability because you choose not to be a slave towards him. You know.
That's right.
17. Let me jump.
It was more than that, Quantum.
That was it.
Yeah, something.
Yeah. This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints, which that woman represents America, drunken with the blood of the saints, and the saints represent the Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, so-called Native American Indians, and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahweh Shai. All right. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. So John the Revelator seen this already in the future, that revelation. That it was talking about, of course, the ancient Roman Empire, but in this particular time, like it says in the scriptures, the spirit of the prophets is subject unto the prophets. So if these men suffered greatly back then underneath Esau, okay, it's showing you that we're going to have to suffer too. All right, we're going to have to suffer as well. All right, as being witnesses. But the word martus is G3144. Martus, a witness in historical sense. I'm gonna read that again. In historical sense. All right, one who is a spectator of anything. All right. Those who after his example have proved the strength and genuineness of their faith. Right? How do you do that too? By not taking this devil's RFID microchip. You're proving that you're not going to allow these devils to take over your mind and your body. All right. So back then, John the Revelator seen the martyrs of Yahweh Shai. Even now, you know, it all ties in because it all links up to now, man, and in this particular time in history. So a lot of us, or some of us, will be put to death. All right, they're gonna cast us into prison. That's Revelation 3. You probably grab if you want.
John.
Brothers got something. Or
This
Revelation.
is the book of Revelation. Oh, you got something, Khan?
Oh, no, you got it up.
Okay. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 10, in which the brother
That's
Rob
the spirit. I just told him to grab that. That's the spirit. Yeah. Got it.
It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, and I love the scripture, man. You know, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Now, the word temptation here in the Greek is Strong's G 3986 Pierosmos, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And it says an experiment, attempt, trial, proving, a trial of a man's fidelity, which the word fidelity means faith, integrity, virtue, constancy. You see that?
Yep.
An enticement to sin, temptation, whether arising from the desires or from the outward circumstances. So this will be a trial which will arise upon the planet Earth to test every man's virtue, every man's integrity, every man's fidelity. And when we further go into the word temptation, and we go some more into the root, we have Strong's G3985 Piazza, which means to try whether a thing can be done, to attempt, endeavor. So an attempt, a trial, to try, make trial of the test for the purpose of ascertaining his quality.
Damn.
Of what he thinks or how he will behave himself. You see? In a bad sense, to test one maliciously, craftily, to put to the proof his feelings or judgment, to try or test one's faith, virtue, character by enticement to sin. And finally, we have Strong's G3984 Piera, which means what? The trial, experiment, attempt from the base of Strong's G4008 through the idea of piercing. So this will be a trial of a man's fidelity, of a man's virtue, of a man's integrity, through
Yeah.
the idea of piercing. And what is that going to be? Entail of the piercing of the RFID market chip into
Yep.
the
Yep.
right hand or into the foreheads of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, upon the face of the planet Earth, upon the oikoumene, the inhabited Earth. Okay? And that is the hour of temptation, the hour of trial through the idea of piercing, which shall come upon all the world. And the word world here is oikoumene, which means the inhabited earth. To try them, all people, but specifically the nation of Israel, and within the nation of Israel, the elect of the nation of Israel that dwell upon the earth. So you see, the time is coming when these devils are going to try to enforce their New World Order agenda. And they're going to succeed only to a certain point. When they're about to fill their belly, the Lord is going to cast them down, as it is written in the book of Job, the 20th chapter. The elect of the nation of Israel will not take the chip. We will not be taking that chip. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Sharat Tazah, we are of the elect, and the Lord is with us, even unto death, man. Because the scripture says that certain a portion of the elect are going to get beheaded for the witness, for the testimony of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, for not bowing down to the image of the beast and receiving his mark. See? Why? Because they would have had kept the word of the Lord's patience. Keep these scriptures. And because they do that, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. So I just thought, one of my favorite scriptures, man. To the spirit.
That's a beautiful definition.
Yeah.
Man.
I wanted to get more for the brother too, AI. In that
Yeah.
particular G3986, B Erasmus, B Erasmus.
That's temptation.
Yeah. It says here on B2, right? A, 2A, of the temptation by the devil, which we know the devil is Esau, which means a slanderer or deceiver, right? Diablos, sought to divert Yahweh Shai, the Messiah, from his divine errand. So what are these devils doing now? If you're not focused on the truth, they're gonna try to divert us from with what the hour of temptation. They're gonna try to throw minds off of what this truth is, just like with Peter. You had Satan with that inward agitation to try to throw him off of that spirit.
I'll grab a precept real quick.
God.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 11. For other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Yahweh Shai. Now, if any man build upon this foundation, gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest.
That's the
For the day
spirit.
shall Oh, you had that?
I was reading that this morning.
That's the spirit. For the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. By that trial. And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. So you got a lot of jigs that say, well, I'm not really religious, but I'm just a spiritual man. Now you got to stand on something, man.
Yeah, you
gotta have to have some type of backbone.
Yep.
Because Esau's gonna test that. He's gonna see if you bend over or not, man.
Because you had Yahweh Shai was tested. Our big brother was tested. So who was we? We gotta go through the same thing. We gotta go through the same afflictions. Okay. All right. We gotta go. Well, brothers go through different afflictions and trials. All right, that fiery trial, but we have to go through it too. All right. If Yahweh Shai went through it, who are we? We gotta go through it too. And the Lord said he's not gonna put too much on you that you can't bear, but we gotta go through some type of adversity or trial, even in this truth. We got to go through certain things here and there. But this hour of temptation, the definition that you read, it's gonna be a great temptation. It's like, damn, you're getting ready now. You're training your mind into being ready for what's to come. So there's no excuse there. If we say it, we gotta stick by it, and we just gotta continue. And
yeah, the Lord is perfecting us through the furnace of adversity, so that we may become acceptable men in his sight. Now, this is the book of St. John, chapter 15, verse 20. And you got this, Rob, because you quote, spirit, is headed there. This is St. John, chapter 15, verse 20. And these are the words of Yahweh Shai. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord.
That's
If
right.
they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If
That's
they
right.
have kept my saying, they will keep yours also.
Right. So if Yahweh Shai went through it, straight to the point, if Yahweh Shai went through it, all right, as servants of Yahweh Shai, we have to go through it too. We can't say, you know what, I can't do this. No, the Lord is going to make you go through that adversity just to strengthen you and to show that you can overcome anything that comes your way. But it requires faith. All right. With faith, you got to have that confidence. You got to really be of this truth. All right. Just straight to the point. You got to really live this word. All right. Be a doer of the word, not a hearer only. All right. So if Yahweh Shah went through it, we have to go through it.
That's right.
Except that.
Real quick, this is 1 Corinthians 3 and 14. If any man's work abide which he have built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. We gotta remember that too, because here it is, man. It may be a time to where you feel like you alone, man. But Yahweh by Shimi Yahweh Shai is going to be there, man. Like
Right.
for example, Stephen, man. You know, let's see, hey, he got stoned for teaching the truth, but right before he died, I guess he saw Yahweh and Yahweh Shai in the air, man, in the sky.
Yeah.
You know?
I got a precept for you, Khan. This is the book of St. Matthew's, chapter 19, but the point is in 20. It says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father Yahweh, and of the Son Yahweh Shai, and of the Holy Spirit, the Racha Kodash, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you." And this is the point that I wanted to get for you. "And lo," which means look, "I am with you always. I am with you always, even unto the end of the world."
End of the world. Yeah, man. So Yahweh Shai is always with us, man. You know, in every single situation, we gotta believe that, because hey, man, we tend to come up short. Just being honest in this flesh, man. But Yahweh Shai, he gives us that Rakak with Dash, man. Like, even you may do a lesson or whatever, and you may not exactly know how it's gonna come out, but the spirit comes upon you, and you just, everything just clicks, man. No,
That's right. I got another one. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 9. "Because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation, Yahweh thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling." So the Lord Yahweh, through his son Yahweh Shai, is our refuge, even the Most High Yahweh thy habitation, because the name of Yahweh is a strong tower. The
I
righteous
was about
runneth
to
into
describe
it
that.
and are safe. It said, "Therefore, there shall no evil befall thee." So we're not gonna have to worry about all the things to come, because the Lord is gonna be with us. "Neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling." And right now, the world is being judged by way of what? Plagues. In the form of what? The coronavirus, in the form of, killer hornets and all that, locusts, the weather. All these things are plagues that the Lord has sent upon the earth to judge the wicked, even the wicked of his own people. 2/3 of the nation of Israel, which will die by the sword, which will die by way of the hands of the modern day Assyrians, which are the Edomites today. Okay? But the elect will be tested, but we will be fine in those times. Lord's will be of the elect. So,
Bible Kasham, now grab the scripture right quick.
yeah.
This is Isaiah chapter 41, starting at verse 9, and the point is in 10. Starting at verse 9, but the point is in 10. "Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, and now cast thee away. All right, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. So Yahweh Shah is not going to forsake his servants. You know, he's not going to forsake his servants. Behold, verse 11, matter of fact, let me just grab this. Behold, all they that were incest against, let me see what that word means. All those that were hot, all right, or furious, right? Going back into that definition we brought out. Inflamed, but ruthless, inflamed. Behold, all they that were incest against thee shall be ashamed. So Esau's military, when Yahweh Shah returns, is going to be ashamed. Esau trying to R5D, microchip the elect, they're going to be ashamed, okay? And confounded. They shall be as nothing, because all these other nations to the Heavenly Father and Yahweh Shah are as nothing. And they that strive with thee shall perish. All right? Thou shalt seek them and shall not find them, even them that contended with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing, as a thing of nothing. Damn, man. So the Lord is strengthen our help, man. You know? God. That was it on that one, though.
Yeah, man. So, you had something else out?
Yeah. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 35. Could be 31, not 35. Or is it 34? Bear with me 1 second.
So good,
Yeah, I got something while you grab that. This is Proverbs 3 and 21. Actually, I'll start verse 20. By his knowledge, the depths are broken up, and the clouds drop down the dew. My son, let not them depart from thine eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. And we got to understand that as we're speaking, it's the Lord actually speaking through us, meaning, it's actually, we're speaking truth. All right. Anything that the Lord said, we understand that it can't, the Lord can't lie. So it says, so shall they be life unto thy soul and grace to thy neck. Then thou shalt walk in thy way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble. You're going to be able to see clearly through Esau's lie. When thou liest down, thou shalt not be afraid, yet thou shalt lie down, and thy sleep shall be sweet, understanding that you are the Lord's servant. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh, for the Lord shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken.
God. I found the scripture. This is Sirach, chapter 31, verse 12. I was oftentimes in danger of death, yet was I delivered because of these things. The spirit of those that fear the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai shall live, for their hope is in him that saveth them. Whoso fear of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai shall not fear nor be afraid, for he is his hope. Because you see, the time's going to come when we're going to be in danger of death. Many different instances, but the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai will deliver us. Famine and the uproars of the people, when men are the love of many shall wax cold one against another. Men are going to be breaking into the homes of other men, killing their killing the husbands and raping the wives and the daughters, killing the sons, taking the food and all that. The Lord's going to protect us from all that, man. Brothers and their households. So the spirit of those that fear the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has nothing to be afraid of, for he is his hope. He, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, is the hope of the elect. So you have to look at our forefathers as well. Look at the generation of old and see, did any ever trust in the Lord and was forsaken? The answer is no. So that was
God. The scripture. I'm looking for the scripture. You asked something, right?
No.
I'm looking for the scripture. in John 17, where it said he'll keep you from the evil.
Oh, that's I got you. This verse 6.
If I can't find it, it's all good.
I'll try to find it for you.
It's all good if I can't find it. It happens. Those that gave us them. Oh yeah, right here. John chapter 17, verse 15. Salaki. I prayed not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil. All right. And that bad time that's coming, that Yahweh Shai will be that that cover, right, for the elect, not to be taken by this damn devil's wicked devices. All right. And also too, I just want to make mention that the Lord, all right, even before things take place out on earth, the Lord is frustrating these devils by his prophets being out here. All right, he is frustrating these devils, and you know Esau is all over the place as far as like trying to put his technology here or saying second pandemic, this and this is that, this is this, oh do this. It's all over the place. The laws are contrary, Satan against Satan. But okay, but etc. But let me just read this right quick. Salaki, Isaiah 44, verse 25. Matter of fact, let me start at verse 24. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. I am the Lord that maketh all things, that stretcheth forth the heavens alone, that spreadeth abroad the earth by myself. So Esau ain't create nothing, right? Frustrated the tokens of the liars. So by what does it mean to frustrate? To break, all right? To make ineffectual, all right? Because if you got the truth, we're fighting, we wrestle against flesh. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness in high places. These devils are broken up and shattered, to split, to divide, all right? So they're being frustrated. That frustrated the tokens of the liars and maketh diviners mad. What does Esau do? Look, all day. Practice divination against the prophets to try to soothsay it or to try to stop us from pushing this word out. All right. And that's what this RFID microchip too. That's part of their divination, to try to find out a way how they're gonna do it even before the time. But the Lord is disappointed. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, right? Salakia, that frustrated the tokens, verse 25, Isaiah 44 and 25, that frustrated the tokens of the liars and maketh diviners mad, that turneth wise men backward, all right, the Esau, and maketh their knowledge foolish, all right? So I just want to get that point right there. Well, you know these devils are going to come down with great wrath.
Yeah, man. So, hey, man, as the point, you know, Lord willing, the point was made clear to you, Akim. The Assyrians are coming. All right, it's not to fear, but to warn, as we do. All right, and as the elect, hey, just know that as you serving the Lord, man, the Lord will have your back.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord will have your back, man. No.
Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Bashim Kakadash Brakathum to the elect.
Lesson out.
Yeah, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Bashim Kakadash Brakathum. Shalom, Akim.